Chapter 1. What is creativity? Dorothy Parker. Creativity is a wild mind and a disciplined eye. Throughout history, humans have shown their creative side, starting with the cave paintings and reaching as far as modern-day inventions. From a simplistic point of view, we can easily define creativity as the ability to transform a novel idea into a useful product or service. The result of creativity is thus original and worth using. Creative people can be found all over the world, regardless of their culture, occupational background, or religious beliefs. No matter their origins, they are often defined by non-conformism, openness to ideas, and flexibility. Many studies have been dedicated to discovering the features that make people become creative. Various scientists have come up with the conclusion that creativity is based on the ability to generate original ideas. At the same time, one must be inherently curious and tolerate the uncertainty that surrounds certain ideas. Extrinsic and intrinsic motivation, as well as a high level of confidence, are elements creative people proudly possess. Left and right brain thinking. Every person out there can take an idea and transform it into reality. However, the difference lies in the approach we take to achieving such an objective. Our approach is very much influenced by the way we perceive the world, our ability to make ingenious connections and generate solutions based on them. Left brain thinking corresponds to a person who is logical, rigid, and efficient. At the opposite side, there are the right brain thinkers, people who are rather creative than logical, flexible than rigid, and prone to emotions rather than efficient thinking. Right brain thinking has been linked to a higher level of creativity and innovation. The right side of the brain is indeed the creative half, while the left side remains dedicated to logic and reasoning. How does creativity begin? Children represent the greatest examples in creativity and innovation. Without being weighed down by prejudice, time pressure, and peers, children demonstrate their creativity in everyday life. They draw, play music, and invent new games as they go. However, as the years go by and children begin interacting with more complex social interactions, a large percentage of this inherent creativity is lost. In adulthood, very little is left and/or fostered. Creativity begins with the accumulation of knowledge. Humans have always had a drive towards discoveries and innovation, creativity being one of the many traits that stimulates new ideas to form and be transported into reality. Creative people are the ones who are confident that they can bring a change into their immediate world. They are not afraid to go after an idea that might seem radical to others. They are the ones who have maintained the same high levels of creativity as in childhood. For children, social conditioning is not that important as it is for adults, and this is the reason why their creativity is not negatively impacted. They feel free to express their creativity, enjoying the transformation of novel ideas into practical reality. Adults, on the other hand, have a more difficult time fostering their creativity, and they often have the tendency of demonstrating how the lack of creativity affects their life. Yes, we become less creative as we reach into adulthood. This is because, for the majority of us, the left part of the brain becomes dominant. Logical thinking does not leave a lot of room for creativity. However, this does not mean the situation is permanent. We can easily develop our creativity by stimulating the right side of the brain with proper activities. What do studies have to say about creativity? A study published in the Annual Review for Psychology in 2009 stated that creativity is one of the key factors that drive civilization forward. The study also discussed the fact that one of the most essential factors that influence creativity is the positive effect. This causes people to become more creative, discovering their intrinsic motivation and be more flexible with their ideas. Creativity requires problem-solving skills. It is often connected to higher levels of intelligence, and the best thing about it is that it can be further developed. You can be taught to be more open to ideas, to select the ones that are good, and stay on the path towards originality. The same study confirmed that people with low latent inhibition levels, as well as those who open themselves up to various stimuli, are the ones experiencing abundant levels of creativity. Basically, it all boils down to being open to new experiences.